Once again, you already know what it is and you already know where you have reached. What up, though? It's the number one up and coming collaborative professional wrestling podcast anywhere in the world. This is Clash of the Podcast. My name is Sean Hubbard, representing Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. My co host and co founder of this show is the one and only Conrad Cushman, representing the one and only Everything Pro Wrestling. And we are in the building for a Super Bowl Monday edition of The Clash. It's crazy what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. We have some major firings in the executive ranks. We have obviously the biggest storyline in the industry right now, which I'm not too thrilled about. I'm trying to get my head wrapped around it. Obviously, The Rock, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, we still don't know what's going on. But it does look like the WrestleMania main event has been at least somewhat solidified, though there could be some twists and turns on the way to WrestleMania. AEW, we got some stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about some TNA, obviously WWE. The list goes on and on and on and on. It seems like this time of year, whether it's WWE, which is the typical around WrestleMania season, or across the wrestling world, there is always something going on. It just seems to play out that way every late winter going into early spring. But that's what we're here for, to bring you all the information, to bring you all the good vibes. And there's only one thing left to say other than welcome, and that is Conrad, my brother from another mother. Drop that thing.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Super Bowl was yesterday. I know. I was sad, Sean. I really thought they had it locked up, man. It was a defensive first half. If you don't like defensive football, I heard a lot of people, this is boring. But thoughts on the game, Sean?
I mean, I came very close to my prediction coming true. Conrad is very much a witness for me that I predicted that the San Francisco 49ers would win by 3. And up until about 2 minutes left in the game, San Francisco was up by 3. It was quite a matter of fact, I take that back. Yeah, they were up by 3 going into overtime with Kansas City tying it up, and then they were up by 3 again in overtime. So I really was on the verge of doing something I don't think many people can do, which is predicting the victor and the point spread. But it didn't work out quite that way, as San Francisco suffered what I have to consider one of the most demoralizing and heartbreaking losses probably in Super Bowl history. When you play 5 quarters of football, somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. But man, I mean, you got to feel sorry for Shanahan. You got to feel sorry for Brock Purdy. You got to feel sorry for Debo and McCaffrey. They played their hearts out, but I mean, there's something special about this kid, Patty Mahomes, man. He just knows how to get it done.
Yeah, you're right. Don't forget to show love in the chat. Chat, we're going to get to you in 1 second, but I have to pay a little homage. I didn't even tell Sean I was about to do this, but I got to shout out my lady for the old birthday custom EPW belt. Look at that bad boy. By the fans, for the fans. Woo-wee. Says it right on there. I was surprised to see this. She kept saying, like, your gift's delayed. I'm so mad that it got delayed. It was supposed to be here. And I was like, what is this supposed to be? So thank you. Shout out to Rob. I'd heard Rob was the person who helped plan this as well. So we have a title belt now. So remember this. Better than the Chiefs carrying around that WWE belt as well. Tired of it. Sick of it.
Nobody deserves it more than you, man. Your wife is a very nice lady, and it's a blessing to see, brother like yourself continue to flourish, and that belt is just another example. Congratulations, man.
Another one to the mantelpiece. So I gotta find room for this. I'm gonna start needing to get those belt, whatever it is, to put on the wall, man. I'm running out of space.
All I got to claim is, I have my beautiful lady in my corner, my wonderful parents. My family is very much there for me. But today, I just want to give a big shout out to my haircut. I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
No comment. Shout out to all the haircuts out there, though. All the haircuts, one through 100.
The hairline's looking crispy, but like I said, that is not casting any dispersions upon my brother Conrad. Let me tell you something, Conrad. I think I've said this before. Be thankful, because just because you have a bald head doesn't mean it's going to work out. Some people have some really funny things. I don't know what I got going on under here. Who knows how bad it is? I'm very, so thank God your bald head looks nice instead of people have some ugly things going on up there.
Listen, I'm happy, I'm thankful, and I'm glad I don't have to pay. What's it for a haircut today? 30, 40?
I pay about.
I used to pay 20. Like, I was the cool brother when I used to pay 20. They were like, "Yeah, I got you, bro. Yo, you got to get up out of here." He coming in first. Like, when I paid 20, that's what it was.
I paid 25 because of all this jazz going on right here. So
it's still 25 only? Man, that sounds good. Over here, I swear I hear people say like 30, 40 they want for them.
$100 for a haircut, depending on where you want to go. I don't believe in that, but
yeah. These were just nice church brothers who were just doing the cuts, man, but it's getting expensive out here.
Yes, sir.
Let's start with the comments. Joel jumps up first with the super chat. Thank you very much. $2 super chat. He said, "I hope you both had a nice weekend. Snow coming tomorrow."
Yes.
I hope not.
But I just got word that I will be working from home tomorrow. They're shutting down my office. I'm thrilled about that.
He was like, "Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy." That's a W. Ray Thompson popped in first. Happy Monday, guys. Raw, Dynamite, SmackDown all deliver awesome shows last week. I'm not going to lie. I really dug Dynamite a lot. I thought Dynamite was one of their best shows in a few weeks.
Yeah, Dynamite has set the bar pretty low, which is the reason why this particular Dynamite was so well received. I hope they keep that momentum going.
You know what's crazy? I was enjoying Collision more for a little bit there. I think it's hard for Tony to balance what show is going to be the better one. Right. Sometimes Collision does have to deliver for people to want to see it.
Agreed.
Ray also says, "We're on the road to WrestleMania. Happy they are doing Cody versus Roman, but not happy with how we got here. This road has been bumpy so far."
Ray said that actually on my channel as well. I appreciate him coming by and leaving a comment. It really has been the most outlandish, ridiculous road back to where we should have been to begin with that I've ever seen. I mean, I'm not going to go off like I went off on my channel. But there's a great deal of disdain that I have for the way we're getting where we're getting.
Understandable. We're going to get into that, I'm sure, because, some people feel differently about this. Mm-hmm. Quills says, "What up, Conrad, Sean, chat? Your boy Sir Quills is back again to enjoy my favorite two bros, CJ and Hubbs, for episode 76 of the dopest wrestling podcast in the game, Clash of the Podcast. Let's get into it."
Quilly, we appreciate you. God bless you, bro.
Thank you, Quills. Terrell 317 in the house. He said WWE Super Bowl trailer appears to have been revealed that The Rock will be facing Seth at WrestleMania. I don't think they said all that now. I don't see it.
Yeah. T317, I don't know about that either. I think, honestly, Conrad dropped a bombshell off the air that I have to really speak to the people live and kind of reveal his prediction, which just sometimes predictions resonate with me. Like, it's like, that actually makes sense. I think what we're looking at, and we got to give Conrad his flowers, it's going to be Seth and Cody versus Rock and Roman night one. That's what I think is going to happen. That was Conrad's earlier prediction, and I really like how that sounds.
It satisfies multiple things, is why I said that, though. Number one, you pay homage to WrestleMania 1, big tag match, and I think you should call him Special Enforcer, whether it be Austin,
right.
maybe, even if you get someone from Hollywood, even if you get like a bigger name who wants to come in, who's a fan that's like, I can explain this to you and you'll understand how to be the official for this. You could do something like that.
Well, Muhammad Ali's no longer with us, God rest his soul, but you can bring in somebody like Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson.
You could. Mike Tyson seems to prefer working with WWE. He said that before. That's just how I see it going down. It protects Seth. I do think Seth is going to have to defend his World Heavyweight Championship, though, because they're doing a elimination chamber for it. What draft? Yeah. Watch Raw tonight. There's SmackDown guys on it, guys. The Rock is a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion, holding this title back in 2001 during the Invasion. This will be his 3rd title reign if he faces Seth. I just don't see that happening. But anything's possible at this point with this storyline. Vinny.
The only Vinny I like.
Happy Monday, guys. God bless. We
God
are
bless.
truly in the Chiefs dynasty. Here we go. So much for getting off the hook with the Patriots being done. Someone's got to take them down.
No one's ever three-peated. The closest anybody's ever came is when my New York Giants stopped the reigning 2-time defending champions in a nail-biter. The San Francisco 49ers back in the late 80s going into the 90s. No one's come that close ever. And when I say that close, I mean no one has ever won 2 straight Super Bowls and gotten as far as the championship round the next year. The Chiefs, I don't see them going anywhere. I mean, people don't understand this, Conrad, and I'm not a Chiefs fan by any stretch, and this is for the chat as well. Since Tyreek Hill has been gone, they've won 2 more rings. I never thought that would have been possible. If you can win championships with Valdez-Scantling and a broken down receiving core and a no name like Pacheco, even though Pacheco's starting to make a name for himself. I mean, Tyreek Hill's the best wide receiver in football, in my opinion, outside of somebody probably by the name of Justin Jefferson. They lost him, and they won 2 rings since losing him. That's madness to me.
Yeah. Apparently that and pushing your coach, nothing's going to happen. So keep up the good work, guys.
I felt very uncomfortable with that, but they covered for each other. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, it might be emotions too, like he said. He said it ain't the first time it's happened. XG Dub in the house. What's good? What's good? How's everyone feeling? Feels good. Yeah. All right. Pro Wrestler Shoot in the house saying, yo, what is good? Make sure you guys check out the Pro Wrestler Shoot live on Tuesdays. They got some special shows coming up. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Make sure you check them out if you guys are into WWE 2K14.
This is no cat. I never liked video game podcasts, but Jesse and James of PWS or TWS has Pro Wrestling Shoot. PWS has really changed my mind. I watch them every Tuesday, and I think they're doing a tremendous job. So make sure you check them out.
For sure. They got some good stuff coming up. If you like the game, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Go over there and subscribe to them.
No doubt.
Chiefs have finished their story 3 times before Cody. Come on, Vinny. Come on, Vinny. Is Buffalo getting the same snowstorm up there? I don't know. So you guys are getting a big snowstorm. I don't know if we are. Sometimes you guys get it first, then we get it, or we'll get it first, then you get it. So trust me, if you're getting snow, it's coming soon over this way.
I always get lost in it. You got to help me out. Is an 8-inch snowstorm considered massive, or that's a lot, right?
Yeah, we've done. It's kind of one of those things like New Yorkers will just deal with it, but if it was somewhere else, it'd be a travesty, probably.
Gotcha.
You know, one of those deals. E in the house, he said, yo, y'all see how AEW getting all the good free agents? I guess WWE is cooked, huh?
I wouldn't say that, but I do like the AEW stepping the game up and spending that money.
But, Sean, how did you miss out on all of these? There's no way. There's no way if you didn't want one. I could get losing like 2. Okay, big deal. But you've lost like 4.
Complacency has always been a problem for WWE. I really feel that when WWE signed CM Punk, they took a deep breath. They, haven't had a nice sip of wine and just decided that it's over. To be honest, I don't think they missed out on anyone. I think that they truly don't think they need Mercedes Moné. I truly think they don't think that they need Okada. I disagree vehemently, but I think that's their stance on the situation.
Yeah, you might be right about that mindset thing. Go back to one of the previous shows. I'm promoting our old stuff. Go back and listen to me and Sean Gray, Triple H's first year of being in charge. It was pretty notable that we didn't think anybody was really in that much. Did we give it to maybe 1 or 2? Maybe.
Yeah.
No one else was in a better position from them when they left.
I agree with you.
Bayley's paying off now, but it wasn't paying off before then.
damage control, in my opinion, has been a little bit lackluster.
Yes. BJ said, happy Monday, everyone. Hopefully your Super Bowl parties were good, and hopefully today is hangover free. Believe me, I'm suffering for everyone right now. Come on, Beach. Drink some Gatorade, bro. You know.
Fo Sheezy says, hello, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is here in New York, tri-state area, stays safe. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. You stay safe as well. As I said earlier, I am working from home tomorrow, so I'm very excited about that. Conrad's a snow guy, so like I said, I need some insight on if 6 to 8 inch snowstorms are something to worry about. I really don't think so, but it is what it is.
Rob said, Whiners just reiterated why I hate them so much. You leave those fans alone. They're going through it. Congratulations to the Taylor Swift Chiefs. Oh, no. They did show her a lot.
10 times.
It was quite... Yeah, that was way too much, I felt.
Yeah, it's really, it got sickening after a while.
49ers should have not settled for a field goal. I hear you. I was watching Action Jackson, but caught the end just in time to see a black quarterback win another ring. You love to see it. I respect it. Ray says, awesome belt. Thank you. Pro Wrestling Shoot says, sick title. Appreciate you. McKinney. Yo, I'm here to talk wrestling with the Fire live chat and the Bartels and James of podcast, the clash of the podcast, and let y'all know my Detroit Lions would have beat the Chiefs, but that's just me. Man, we should have too, I felt. Like, I don't know. I watched that game and I was like, man, we could have did this, man.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs just overachieved. I think Detroit's a better team. I think Baltimore's a better team. I think Buffalo's a better team, but sometimes the better team doesn't always win.
Yeah, I just think the chips fell for them. I mean, I don't want to get into my conspiracies. I think NFL's a lot more like wrestling than you think, is all I'll say. Yeah. McKinney said, awesome gift. Thank you. Congrats on the belt. Thank you. Clown has joined us. What's good, Clown? He said, afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Doug said, off snap. Good job, Kush Woman. Happy Monday, y'all.
No doubt.
Rob, I don't feel sorry for Shanahan at all. His team out here saying we didn't understand the OT rules is a testament to his coaching ability. That was ridiculous, I do think.
I did not understand the rules either, but I am sitting at home. You have to know the rules if you're the head coach.
Yeah, like, guys, if we get in this situation, we'll take the ball first. We win. We're out.
But I do disagree, though, with some people's I saw Vinny. I don't necessarily agree with kick going for a touchdown, because if you don't get the touchdown, that means KC wins with a field goal. You're almost forfeiting the game. I mean, it's easy to go back in hindsight and say you should have went for 7 in overtime, but that's a major gamble. That's a historically significant gamble. I think he did the right thing, and I think he was just hoping that his defense would stop him, and unfortunately they didn't get it done.
Guy will gamble. Kelsey winning is a loss for fades everywhere. People better not start going to the barbershop asking for the Travis. Listen, man, people out here getting the Jey Uso. I've seen a lot of people with that lately.
It's just news.
E up here wilding out. Good timing as well on that, Sean. Good timing. Dynamite. I'm not even looking at him right now, and I heard him sneak that one out. Dynamite was the best in weeks, but that Collision was even better. Collision was good too. The New Japan show was very good too. If you guys haven't checked that out, I highly recommend checking out New Beginning if you still have it. Mucha Lucha. Roman felt like little brother to Rock. Interesting dynamic. WWE's mission. We got a lot of people in here, bro. I did not know how many people jumped in. John G in the house. What is good, John?
John, welcome.
I'm sorry if I'm skipping, guys. We're going to get into, I see if you guys are talking about The Rock. Don't forget, ! Hubs in the chat will tell you to subscribe to Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. There it is for you. If you guys just want to click over, hit that in there. It works. I think I have a time limit on it, though, so it might not work right away. But same thing with the champ thing. You guys will see it. Also, the world title is not carrying the lineage of Big Gold. There has only been one world heavyweight champion with this belt. True. They may have issues resigning Chris Jones on the D. Ray said Mercedes Moné would have been great for them to get and have back. Pro Wrestler Shoot comes in with a question. Do you think Okada or Mercedes really move the needle? Like, really move the needle? I feel like Okada won't. He's been on AEW TV multiple times.
Okada Mercedes will initially. It's up to AEW to make it work for a longer period of time than just the typical excited to see a new face kind of vibe. You know what I'm trying to say? Because AEW, it's like, I don't think things could have gotten any more exciting than when Daniel Bryan and Adam Cole debuted on the same night. I mean, I lost my mind that night. But within 3 weeks, it was kind of like, we got to make this thing last. When I say we, yes, I am Team AEW. We got to make this thing last, bro.
I think it. Okay, so we're saying Mercedes and Okada aren't, but here's my issue. Why do we pedestal people in WWE, but we don't pedestal them anywhere else? Like, I don't understand that. Is that a weird? Am I wrong, Sean? Like, that I really feel that happens.
You're not wrong.
Like, oh, CM Punk, big deal when he's in AEW to some people. Actually, he's probably the worst example to use. Give me someone else who debuted over there that it was like they came from WWE.
Andrade didn't get a lot of fanfare when he went to AEW.
Yeah. And listen, Andrade wasn't booked the greatest either, but Andrade was a victim of they only had one show. Like, where do you want Tony to put someone? He's only got an hour and a half to use people when he had that big roster. Tony was just getting overzealous signing people, but then he got a second show. Here you go. You get to shine. Now, Andrade's back in WWE. Have we even seen him since the Rumble? Has he wrestled?
Nope. Well, he's been backstage signing his imaginary contract. Yep.
Come on. Now, if Tony did this, it'd be game over. Yeah. But I guess it's a different story here. That's all I'm saying. Keep the same energy for both.
When you get new people, you can't Bret Hart them.
Explain for the fans.
Why did Eric Bischoff wait a month, especially after the controversy, coming off the controversy of the screw job in Montreal? They waited a month to debut him on television. A month.
Sting wasn't tan enough, dude.
My God, I mean, a month. So when I say don't Bret Hart him, you got to strike while the iron's hot. That's like signing this idea of signing Mercedes Moné and waiting for her to debut in Boston. I'll be honest with you. I know it sounds like it makes all the sense in the world on paper. I hate it.
This could be because of her injury too, though, because nobody has seen her in the ring since she got hurt. So maybe she's not
wrestle, bro. She doesn't need to wrestle. You have her on your television screen every chance you get. Mercedes Moné is the biggest female free agent in the world.
I'm gonna put another argument up though. I also don't like it taking away from Deonna just debuted. She's gonna be in a big match. That's fine and dandy. But you also have Sting. You don't want to take away from Sting's moment because then it'll lessen the moment. So after Revolution, gloves are off. Do what you got to do. Okay. I get it too. I don't want Sting to be an afterthought that night.
Sting needs to be, and I'm hoping that Sting's the main event that night.
I think he will be. I am very confident. They said they had to talk him into winning that tag title match.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Sting was like, nah. Then when he did it, they said he was smiling and he was happy. So
his sons look just like him. Good Lord.
Bro. Like Blade Runner. Sting.
Yeah.
AEW will always be an attraction because they will allow you to come and go as you please. But as soon as someone gets hurt at an indie for a show for $1,500 or a favor to TK, will stop allowing it. TK probably pays those other people so well that they don't need to do indie shows unless they want to.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And remember, you don't get extra money because you got hurt at the indie show. It's only if you got hurt in an AEW ring.
Facts.
I did see Steel Cage from New Japan. Have you seen that show yet, Sean? You checked out the New Japan stuff?
I have not.
Go back. I'm telling you, go back and check it out. I have not watched ZSJ and Bryan Danielson yet, but I was told that was a great match. I've seen highlights on Twitter.
Okay, that's what's up.
Right. Mike, welcome to the chat. I'm just trying to make sure we sneak anybody in. And I did check that link too. Me and Sean were having a conversation. I will get Sean's link in here and I will get it right. Give me a moment though to do that. It's also in the description. Yes, Prince Rockstar, welcome. And we were getting comments about your Bret Hart comment. Now here we go.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Issa, here we go with this move the needle, bruh. It'll make a better show. All this ratings talk is D&D for wrestling fans. F the ratings, just enjoy the show. I hear you. New Japan can't afford to keep losing talent. New Japan is going to have to do a talent resurge. Like, they're going to have to try to find new people to take over.
AEW and New Japan need to collaborate more. They need to get together and just because New Japan inevitably is going to end up getting bled dry, and I hate to say that because I love New Japan. Let me tell you something. The indication is there because, in my opinion, I felt like the New Year's show was not up to standard. I did not think so at all.
Wrestle Kingdom?
Right.
Okay.
So, and that's a very poignant example of what I'm talking about. That show was WrestleMania style to me. Obviously, there's only one WrestleMania, but that show last year, this year it took a massive drop. And doing my research, the ratings were down this year as well. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, with the New Japan, in respect to them, I will say they've had a hard time since dealing with the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
They have struggled to get their attendance back up. They don't play over there when it came to those rules. Like when we were out of the clearing and we thought we were good, they were still going through it. So
right.
To be fair to them, it's been rough. Also, they've had regime changes. You went from Harold to, I can't remember the last guy, Jabari, I think it was, or Obari, excuse me. And now we're at Tanahashi's the president. That's a lot in the last couple of years to have turnover.
A lot of change, yes.
Yeah, so they're going to probably have to try to move forward. And luckily, they're in a collaboration with Tony Khan, who is, yes, he's taking these talents, but he can also let you use them when you need them. That doesn't happen for everybody. Sometimes when you're gone, you're gone. There ain't no Bret Hart's coming back to WWF in 99 because we need him tonight. It's over.
Well said.
Let's get into this Rock talk, Sean. I'm going to let you lead off with this, man. Take it over.
I mean, look, there's a lot going on. Obviously, we all saw the press conference that took place last Thursday evening, and on the East Coast, Thursday afternoon on the West Coast. There's just a lot to be said, but obviously there's some major concerns for me as it relates to the storyline. I know a lot of people like it. Some people agree with me and think it was a little bit convoluted, but look, The Rock moves the needle. Okay, if we want to run with that term, moving the needle. There's no question that The Rock moves the needle. He's the most electrifying man in sports entertainment for a reason. I've been a little bit disrespected by him and his belief of being able to come and go as he pleases. I've been someone that kind of has put him on Front Street as being somebody who doesn't necessarily care for the fans as much as he says he does. I do believe he loves the business. I do believe he thinks he's doing the right thing, but nothing that he's done, in my opinion, has helped Cody Rhodes to this point. And I'm going according to what he said about being someone who is in favor or in Cody Rhodes' corner. You have to walk it like you talk it. If you're in a situation where you realize that the business is at a point in time where Cody Rhodes is going to be the man, you cannot insert yourself. You cannot insert yourself into the main event situation. Now, it's been said that they did a little bit of a 180 after they got the We Want Cody movement got started. But for me, my biggest faux pas about this whole situation, Rock, and by the way, thank God The Rock didn't win the Royal Rumble, because if he did win the Royal Rumble, there would have been no going back. But for that 2 minutes that Rock was the number one contender, as Cody unequivocally, in a massively disrespectful way, gave his title shot away, Rock decided not to enter the Royal Rumble. He just was handed the title shot by Cody Rhodes. Now, what has that done? See, people are kind of losing in the shuffle what Cody Rhodes had to do on Thursday. Cody Rhodes had to change his mind. Now, we all know this is something that took place behind the scenes from the previous Friday all the way up to the most recent Thursday where the press conference took place. But what essentially Cody Rhodes did by saying, "I want Roman Reigns" at the press conference, is that Cody Rhodes decided that he was going to change his mind. Why would Cody Rhodes need to change his mind? Why would Cody Rhodes on a Friday say that he no longer wants to challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and then 6 days later change his mind and say, "You know what? I do want to challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania"? It makes him look not sure of himself, guys. That's where I'm going with it. And if you're going to go with Cody Rhodes, you need to go with Cody Rhodes. If you're saying Cody Rhodes is the guy, Cody Rhodes should have no question in his mind about who he is and who we should believe he is. And by sitting up here on a Friday saying, "You know what? The Rock deserves it. The Rock's going to be the tribal chief. The Rock's going to be the man. Here, Rock, here's my title shot. And then 6 days later, have this indecisive moment where he says, you know what, by the way, guys, I was thinking about it, and maybe I do want to do it at WrestleMania. It makes him look weak. And I don't think Cody Rhodes deserved it. I've been very critical of Cody, but I recognize Cody and who he is, and I believe Cody deserves this moment. Unfortunately, I think decisions that have been made have made it harder for him to come full circle in the eyes of the fans. Yes, the fans still love him, but there's always that little cloud over his head now because it's like, you still gave it up to The Rock. You took it back, but you gave it up. What was the point?
I think that they also did split the Cody fans a little bit. Not by much, but you did put some slits in there, I think. And here's why I say that, Sean. There is a segment of Rock fans that want this match. That want Rock and Roman. They said, no, this is the blockbuster.
I would say it's like 60-40.
I think it's more than people think. A lot of people think it's like 80. It probably feels like 80-20 online, but there's a lot of people who aren't online that, like I said, we talked about my wife earlier. My wife knew when The Rock got involved. She was like, oh, The Rock's going to wrestle at WrestleMania? Right. She called me that night and told me. I was like, how do you know that? She's like, oh, it's on Facebook. And I was like, oh. So, and she's more interested in that matchup. I get it.
It's on MySpace.
Top 8. Right. So, it gets weird. Let me ask you this then, Sean. This is the other question I had in my mind. Cody Rhodes tonight on Raw. Does Cody Rhodes need to explain what happened with him and Rock, why he gave this away? I mean, you have weeks and weeks to tell stories, but I think you have to say, well, why did you trust this guy in the first place? Like, there's a lot not being spoken, or are they better off ignore it and just move forward?
Conrad, I'm so thrilled that you brought that question to the forefront. Cody must explain why he changed his mind. I don't care how many times Cody fans say, whoa. I don't care how many times Cody Rhodes gets the massive cheers. He deserves it. He's worked very hard for it. But you can't come out on national television and tell the world that this guy deserves it more than I do, and then change your mind and say, no, it's all about me. Cody Rhodes, of course, we're talking about storyline, right, Conrad? Cody Rhodes in the storyline was indecisive. Cody Rhodes in this storyline came across as having a lack of confidence, because you can't be confident if you're going to give up your WrestleMania shot, right? Cody Rhodes came across as confused. Cody Rhodes came across as little brother. I mean, that hug that Rock gave him on SmackDown, that was like, I'm sorry I'm taking your lunch money, but you know what, kid? You'll get it back on the back end. Don't worry about it, bro. It was the most... That moment made me have more respect for Cody Rhodes as it relates to, like, it was sympathy, though. It was like, I feel sorry for this guy. Rock came in, kicked the doors in, and took it all away. And better yet, Cody gave it away. So to answer your question, Conrad, you have to. After you've gone through 29 plus 29, 58 men in the Royal Rumble over the past 2 years, to get to this moment, you have to tell the fans why you had a doubt in your mind. You have to tell the fans how The Rock, and this is me going into my story writing mode, you have to tell the fans how The Rock manipulated you into thinking that giving up the WrestleMania title shot was the right thing. And you have to make us believe. You have to do it.
Touche. I'm in full agreement. Matt has a good question for us here. If the tag match happens like we said on night 1, will it main event over Bayley versus Io? I say yes.
I think it would, and I'm sad to say that it would. I've always said, Conrad, back me up if I'm or shut me down if I'm lying. I've always said the winner of the female Royal Rumble should be main event of night 1, and the winner of the male Royal Rumble should be main event of night 2. I've said that on our show previously. So I think Bayley and Io should be the main event of night 1. However, if Rock is on the card, it will not happen.
I am a firm believer in the 2 best matches should go on last, no matter what.
I disagree with that because to me it takes away the significance of winning the Royal Rumble. But go ahead.
I say that because I think of Chris Jericho. I probably used to feel the way what you're saying until I saw Chris Jericho versus Triple H.
Right.
Randy Orton versus Triple H. Too many times did they do it where I'm like, this ain't it, man.
Right.
This ain't it. And they go out there and those guys are drowning. You have 25 minutes to kill, and they're just people there sitting on their hands like, well, we already saw the best match.
Right.
What are you going to do? And then, it's, I won the belts back. And then what happened? Hogan leg drop. You're done next month. See ya. Goodbye. It's over. You don't want to put yourself in those positions like that. And it happens far too often. XGW, thank you for letting me know it works. E brings up, CJ, speaking of no Brett doing Raws in 99, fans really want AEW to drop Goldust as a favor to the nasty, predatory WWE with their dirty business practices. Yeah. How do you feel about that? Should AEW let Dustin go over there for his brother, or have they been done dirty too many times to where why would Tony Khan even allow? Why? What's he going to get?
AEW should try and initiate a trade if there's such a thing.
AEW has to get something out of the deal, though. There's not going to be
either talent or money.
Yeah, you're going to have to pull the TNA if you want that moment to happen. And I think they should do that for sure.
AEW is not in a position to give anything away at this point. Everything should come with a price.
Money. They better be worried about it coming up with some money, possibly. That's another story for another time, though. Lunatic comes in. I'm sorry, I'm new to this channel. First off, never be sorry. Welcome to the channel.
Welcome, Lunatic.
Welcome.
Come in here.
Yeah, make sure you check out Hubbard Wrestling Weekly as well. I can't stand Cody Crybaby Rhodes, and I don't want that. Ooh. I'm not going to say that. I don't want that guy.
That's not a bad word. You don't have to shy away from that word.
Well, I don't know who it may offend. I don't know where it comes from.
No problem.
I don't want that guy. We'll just say winning any titles. I want Rocky.
You know something? I love what Lunatic had to say for the conversational purpose. Rock Roman is the biggest match that there ever could be in 2024. Nobody's disputing that. But it's not right. It's wrong. That's the problem. You can't do that and expect to be taken seriously as it relates to having honorable credibility. You can't just take it away from Cody Rhodes. It's wrong. It's wrong.
Rock should have been in the match if he wanted to get into the mix. You can't just pop up and do that. That's the issue people have with it. Last time he got away with it with Cena because it was a year in advance. You made your claim. Cool, you're back. And you hadn't been back in a super, super long time. Here, it's not cool to come in and be like, yeah, I'm going to take that. That's how fans are going to perceive it as I'm just going to take that from you. Thanks a lot.
Horse, but Cody had a conversation with The Rock, and The Rock gave him counsel, and because of that counsel, he decided to step down at WrestleMania? What?
Special
counsel. It's weird. It's just weird, bro.
Look at his face, man. He looks like he wanted to cry right here. Like
I don't blame him. I don't blame you. Work your whole life. I mean, it's like he should have won last year. Let's call a spade, right? And now they're trying to take it from him again.
Once again, a lot of these problems could be solved if you would have just did the right thing last year. Entertain 45, welcome. If the fans cost the fans, if the fans cost the fans, The Rock versus Roman, Cody will catch heat. But I think that works both ways. I think Rock fans don't like Cody fans right now, and Cody fans don't like Rock. That's what I really think it is. The thing it looks like they're doing is Rock goes heel and we push it forward. We just plow through this and hopefully he can just do whatever he's gonna do.
And don't be surprised. I keep telling you guys, and people always make this mistake, Conrad. Sometimes you would make this mistake too, but I think you've gotten to know me to the point where you don't do that anymore. Just because I say what's gonna happen doesn't mean I'm happy about it. All right. Roman Reigns is not going to lose, bro. Y'all need to get into it. Roman Reigns is going to win at WrestleMania. I don't know why you guys think anything different. Cody Rhodes is going to finish the story, but he's not going to finish it at WrestleMania, bro. I just got a feeling, and the reason why is because I don't trust WWE, and I don't know why anybody would. What has WWE done to make you trust them from a entertainment and storytelling standpoint? They're terrible. They're gonna screw it up. Cody's gonna lose. Or he's gonna win by DQ or count out. Something weird's gonna happen, bro. Something weird's gonna happen.
I don't know if I can trust. I'm with you on WWE and the trust. Like other people have more faith than me with when it comes to what they're going to do. But if you changed all of this just so Cody would get the match, you better do the right thing.
You better do the right thing, but WWE doesn't always do the right thing. Booker T, Triple H, WrestleMania 19. Need I say more?
Sounds like a good idea.
You know what that means.
If this was all part of the plan, BJ says, Cody comes out and explains if WWE messed up initially when the call was made, then this was a pivot and a pivot to a backstory. They run with it. I think Triple H and his creative team have had an entire week to come up with something to make this work.
Cody has to tell the world why he changed his mind, and it has to make sense. He had to have been manipulated. It had to have been some kind of problem with the contract. It had to have been some kind of bamboozle buffoonery. I'm going to use Guy Will Gamble's words, hoodwink, bamboozle. He has to say something other than, The Rock talked me out of it, and then I thought about it, and now I want to do it again. Do you see how bad that sounds?
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds bad. It sounds really bad when you say it, actually. The alternative, still with that second scenario, is that it's a company fight. They did insert Triple H into this kind of hard body. Did you notice that on SmackDown in the highlights?
Yes, I did notice that.
Honestly, if they didn't do Roman, that was the match that I wanted for a couple of years at WrestleMania. If they were going to do it at like 32, I was like, let Rock and Triple H have an Attitude Era match one last time. Those two always had great chemistry, in my opinion. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Rocky Maivia, the New Nation versus DX. It didn't matter. When those guys got in the ring, it was money. I don't care if they were mid-card to the main event. Always had it with each other. They could do that. But I don't think Triple H is going to wrestle anymore. Like the heart, all that stuff. I just don't see Triple H getting in that ring to do that.
I am far from Triple H's number one fan. I do respect him. He should never wrestle again. If he has a heart problem, you better not take that chance, man.
Not worth it. King Louie, appreciate you, Paul. He says, in reality, more people will want to watch Rock/Roman over Cody/Roman. More diehard wrestling fans want to see Cody Roman, but there's more casuals and people just wanting to see something to watch exciting. I know. Now listen, Poe, I know you're a big Rock fan, so I'm gonna put that in there. That grain of salt. I appreciate you coming in, Poe. Conrad and Hubbard, Hogan's politics were strong even in 2002 for him to take the belt off of Hunter Backlash after Hunter won it on my birthday that year. Brother, all of DX found out about Hogan's politics. You're taking the leg drop, son. It's over tonight. TK should let Dustin be there for Cody. Dustin can be there if he wants to. It's can you be on camera?
Right.
After the business they have given TK, I definitely be declining anything WWE floats their way. Don't tamper with me and think I'm going to play nice. They did try to steal talent back, which caused the rifts in the locker rooms, which probably also caused issues with Punk, Andrade, anybody who was from WWE.
You talking right, bro.
WWE fumbled all their big signings, and they have their unlimited blood money. If AEW did the same, it'd be a different story. Upside down smiley face from E. Hey.
Well said. I agree.
Yeah, and I'm throwing these up. Let's get back into this, though. The Rock Roman thing. They built this up like this was a big matchup, and I still think it's a matchup people want to see. They just don't want to see it now. Is that fair, Sean, to say?
I think that's fair. I think Cody Rhodes is the people's choice at this point.
Yeah, it's just tough. How did the press conference come off to you? I just had that picture up on the screen. The XL. Did you feel the UFC vibe, Sean? Like me and you, we're boxing guys. We watch MMA and different things. Did it give you the big fight feel? The Miz's dad with the paws up, like, yeah, come on.
I
It
was
was different.
with everything, the glitz, the glamour. They made a special out of it. I thought it was cool. But from a storyline perspective, the slap in the face. I mean, how much more can this guy get punked from a storyline perspective? I mean, they are just dogging this kid. I mean, Cody Rhodes just continues to get humiliated by The Rock and Roman Reigns. Like, what is happening here?
You got, well, here's the thing. If Rock's turning heel, Rock needs heat. He needs heat like this fast. He's not going in where it's like, yeah, I don't like The Rock already. It was like, Rock, people are kind of weird on you. They're cheering for Cody and you're getting booed, but you're just getting booed because of Cody. They're not booing because of actions you're doing. So he had to immediately be like, well, if they love him so much, if I slap him, I should get heat. You know what I mean?
Well, like I said last week, I think this incarnation of The Rock is very distasteful, honestly. And again, I know it's all storyline perspective. This is not a condemnation on Dwayne Johnson. This is a condemnation on The Rock's character. The Rock. This is not Rudy Poo, Candy so and so Rock. This is not Know Your Role Rock. This is not It Doesn't Matter Rock. This is like big jacked up goofball bodybuilder. You're not gonna disrespect my family. What? I mean, that's corny to me, bro. That's not the Rock that I love from the '90s. That's not Hollywood Rock was better than this. He's not even being Hollywood Rock. He's like, you're not gonna disrespect my family. I have big muscles. Boop bop beep bop boop boop. Press my button, I'll slap you in the face if you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Mike agrees with you. He says you're absolutely right about a point you made a few minutes ago, Sean. Lunatics Roman Reigns should win at WrestleMania and Cody should lose. I trust WWE, what the Rock fans want, not Cody. Matt says, I would hope for storyline purposes they have it like Rock and Roman were trying to swerve Cody out of the match so they could have a big payday. And you can't do that either, though. Here's why. Because you are going to come back to Rock versus Roman. So you can't say they were going to swindle him or something like that either. They came together because of the family thing. That's going to be their story. Like, they disrespected our family. And then when someone sees the other person doesn't value the family as much, you either make The Rock go back to being a babyface or you could try to make Roman Reigns the biggest babyface. Right. But this depends on how Rock's heel turn goes. Right. So this is one of those, you got to listen. You got to pay attention.
Right now, the heel turn is The Rock being a bodybuilder and going like this and saying that, hey, you're not going.
Give him time. Give him time.
Boop, bop, beep, boop, bop,
you say that for them Charlotte promos. That's what I think is robotic. Yeah. My dad, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
But think about it. But I'm gonna do it one more time. Like, if you speak about his family, you're speaking about my family. If you're speaking about his blood, you're speaking about my blood. Now we have a problem.
He said if The Rock's gonna ref, he's gonna pull a HBK/Triple H. He coming out in them HBK bike shorts though. That's the real good. Remember that used to be HBK's trademark.
That was rough.
Sean's a fool.
We love you, but oh my god.
CJ, they did 50. Wait, they 50. Ain't nobody trying to see The Rock or Triple H wrestle each other. Somebody not in diapers trying to gotta carry them. Come on now.
I work out 9 hours a day. I clang and bang every day at 3 a.m. Beep, bop, boop. Does that not sound? I mean, come on, y'all. Like, it's like, come on, man. Give me a break. Give me a break. Every week.
Well, here, I feel bad for him. Did you see this week on Twitter why I felt bad for The Rock, though?
I did not. Explain it to me.
So this guy tried to call Rock out about the whole stuff in Hawaii again, and this is what you did. And then The Rock addressed it, and he was like, look, I turned heel on a show this week, blah, blah, blah. And he got into it. The guy was trying to bring up the story and brought that into it. And he was like, they weren't chanting, I think it was like Maui. I can't remember what he thought they were chanting, but he was like, they were chanting Cody. And he was like, that wasn't what they were chanting at me. Please stop. And he basically was like, he felt disrespected kind of. Then the guy came back and was like, Rock, I'd love to work with you as well. Nobody likes it better than me. I'm like, you just disrespected this dude. Now you're like, will you work with me? Like, do you get what I'm saying, Sean? Like, they can't have it both ways.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that that this incarnation of The Rock leaves a lot to be desired. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's to me, it's not even just about the crappy storyline. It's about the fact that this incarnation of The Rock doesn't do. I don't think this incarnation of The Rock does it for anybody. This is not The Rock. And I love when Terrell asked the question. He said, but which heel version of The Rock are we getting, corporate or Hollywood? It's neither. That's the problem. This is my name is Rock. That's the Rock we're getting. I'm a bodybuilder, and you should be happy that I'm here. That's the do not disrespect my family. Beep boop bop. That's the Rock. This is not any Rock we've ever seen before, comrade.
But my question to people who are unhappy with The Rock, what do you want him to do then? Like, just tell
2003 Rock. Give us something that we're gonna fall in love with, even as a heel. Stop this tough guy routine, bro.
I just think you got to give them time to fully complete. This has been the word of the week, and I'm sorry. I know people are tired of hearing it. Fully complete the pivot first. They already had to do that press conference. That press conference was probably supposed to be for the face-offs, for the pictures. We're going to talk a little smack to each other, and instead they had to do, we got to make a whole storyline out of this. We have to make a big theatrical production out of this with no wrestling. So here's what we're going to do. And so I get it. It's tough. And McKinney, I think, makes a good point here talking about the tribal chief stuff. Rock was made a actual chief, for the record. So doesn't he already sit at the head of the table? None of their fathers were world champ, but Dusty was. Different times, my brother. You know how that goes. I'm not going to get too deep into that. But let me
get your take on this, though, because you answered stuff and then your normal, articulate, educated self. But do you see what I'm saying? This is not like, do you see this? Obviously, I'm being a little bit sarcastic, but what I'm saying is that this Rock is different. You do see that, right?
Yeah, it's not the same Rock. He's coming in with more of an authoritative role.
Okay, that's what I get. As long as you recognize that.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to play off of that, but I don't like that either because it's weird. I don't know. I got to see how this works because it could work, but it might not work. He's on the board of directors. It's not like he can come in there and just once again, this goes back to what I was saying with you last week. Rock can't just come in and start changing matches. If so, Rock, please book someone to win the tag titles. You know what I mean? Like, okay, go. Pete Dunne's winning then. Would you blame him for that too, or what? Or is who else is in that company on the board? If Ari Emanuel wants to win Money in the Bank, is he gonna? That's too far. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, do these guys have that much say in what's happening? Triple H writes the stories. Nick Khan approves of them. Is Nick Khan going to start writing scripts every week? Because if I'm Triple H, you got to say stuff like that eventually. Are you going to come write the script for Backlash?
Right.
Because don't come in here and start changing stuff all the time because we work towards all of this. Even before the Maui tweet, everyone was mad at Rock for slapping Cody. I mean, everybody. Real heat. That's why he did it. Popo comes back and he says, I'm just saying because people don't realize how there would be so many supporters of Rock versus Roman. I understand why people want Cody. My thing is, I don't know if Cody is exciting enough without the story. Some people aren't feeling Cody, though. You're not the only person in the chat who have said that. Some people are saying, if it's heel Rock, I want Hollywood Rock theme.
Yeah.
You're good, Poe. Don't worry about it. He might come in here and do what he's got to do. Rock needs to watch his Know Your Role DVD, which would be nice if they put WWE on Peacock. Yeah, it would be. It would be. I know a lot of people were coming for The Rock, so Rock went out there. He did what he had to do. I thought that they told enough of a story to get it happening, to get it popping. Let's just see where this goes. At this point, I'm with Sean. Like, yo, you can't really go somewhere and make this. I thought it was okay. Where I am is let's see what you're going to do. What are you going to do versus all of this talk and everything else?
And enough with Shinsuke Nakamura. Let's move on.
They're trying out here. Connor, welcome. Conrad Sean just wanted to come in and say Taylor Swift. Not a fan of Taylor Swift and the Chiefs. There's not a lot. I saw who suggested it. He said T Swizzle for the guest referee spot. Don't tempt them. I think they would do it if they had the chance.
I have a question.
It's me. What?
Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
I hope Rock goes so heel in the story that you guys begin to hate him. Hate him. The Rock has come back to run his mouth on all your candy. I was just listening to him when he was Hollywood Rock, bro. That was some of the best heat I've ever seen somebody get.
I mean, the thing, and let me elaborate a little bit more because it's. I love the comedy, but I'm being serious at the same time. It's like now The Rock has to curse every 5 seconds. He's gonna rip somebody's throat out. Give me a break, bro.
Do you know why I think those things were said?
Why is that?
What did that feel like to you when you watched that WrestleMania XL kickoff with all of them?
I mean, you got to give me a little bit of a...
That was a UFC production.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure the people on the UFC side told them, guys, I need you to use real language, feel the way you want to, because Cody swore to. Mm-hmm. Seth Rollins was. All of them were in that little area. Right. Oh, it feels like you're hearing things you're not supposed to hear. Mm-hmm. Hunter, you better fix it. Rock's always had beef with him. Mm-hmm. I want to believe that. They're playing into reality of, you can go online and think what people think about it. Would you think Rock and Triple H are best friends? I've told everybody, Rock don't like Shawn Michaels for something he said about his grandma.
Rock's never going to like Shawn Michaels, even though Shawn Michaels has changed his life. Shawn Michaels tried to stand in the way of Rock's career.
Yeah. Oh, he could have messed up a lot of things for him if it was believed what Shawn was saying. Right. Luckily, it was bad timing for Shawn. So, yeah, it's different. And his friend got elevated. Now he's in charge of the company. And, you need old Rock to come back and save. You know what I mean? It's like it's a frenemy thing. So put it in like that. I'm going to take the wait and see approach. Rock and Roman are supposedly going to be on SmackDown this week. Paul Heyman announced that he said, I'll be back with my client Roman Reigns. And then he walked away and he said, and The Rock. And I was like, okay, interesting. I'll take it. Let's get back into some of the women's action, though, Sean. You had brought this up. What did you think of SmackDown this week?
I think it's really a shame. A shame that this is being overshadowed the way it is, because people are talking about Rock and Cody being cinema. This Damage Control breakup is cinema. They are doing this thing beautifully, and it should get much more attention than it's getting. The Kabuki Warriors and EO are doing their part. I mean, Bayley's on fire right now, and now Dakota is going to be revealed as the true leader of Damage Control. I love it. They're doing a tremendous job.
I don't know how I felt about this. It was very weird.
Okay.
Well, no. I mean, from a what do I think is going to happen standpoint, I don't trust Dakota.
I just said she's going to be the new leader of Damage Control.
I smell a rat here, but do you think Dakota's? Well,
what did I just say, bro?
No. But do you believe in Dakota enough to do it though? Can Dakota carry? Is what I'm saying. Can she carry? Dakota's
going to roll all the way into like maybe 2 weeks before WrestleMania, still on Bayley's side, air quotes, and then she's going to turn on her 100%.
Yeah, this is Bayley's moment though. I really am looking forward to what they can pull off in this matchup here.
Credit though, because I do understand what you're trying to say, because Dakota didn't really sell trying to hit them with that chair on Friday.
Yeah, not even that. I'm asking, can Dakota carry a faction, basically? Like, Dakota's never been in the prime real estate spot thus far.
But she's kind of always been. Have to. See, Dakota's going to be in a situation where she has to, bro, because of the language barrier.
Right, and Triple H is going to believe. But Asuka's still tremendous. Like, I don't know if people realize this, but I think they've wasted a lot of Asuka's time when you could have had her be in a top spot.
Bro, the problem is, I think sometimes as brilliant as you are, bro, I think sometimes you overthink it. Dakota is ready made for this because there's a language barrier. I mean, and no disrespect to anyone of Asian culture, like all love. I'm talking about just, we all know that, promos are kind of convoluted with EO and a little convoluted with Kairi Sane and a little convoluted with Asuka. What a great mouthpiece Dakota Kai would be.
I guess what I'm looking for is what's the great Dakota promo that we can reference right now to, like, if you were showing me her resume and you were presenting this to me, I'm like, why Dakota?
Her work with Raquel Rodriguez was pretty good.
That was good, but that's...
Yeah, but whose fault is that?
Once again, well, we know whose fault that is. That goes back to creative.
Right.
But, they're doing a bang-up job over there, so we can't say nothing like that.
I feel you on that, yeah.
So, I guess it just depends on how you're viewing it and how you look at it.
And Dakota Kai arguably has two of the top 15 heel turns in the past 10 years. What she did to Megan Knox and what she did to Raquel Rodriguez, those are two classics.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying she can't carry either. Maybe she's amazing on the microphone and she's never gotten the chance to really cut the greatest promo ever. You've never given me more than 5-10 minutes. So who knows with that? And it looks like Sean may have popped out. So this is turning into the one-man show. But we're going to the comments real quick because I want to start off here with McKinney. McKinney said Seth looked like he should have had a tray of drinks sitting in the background like a god dang waiter. Why? Leave that man alone. Leave that man alone. Oh, so good. You're back?
Might be time for a new computer, brother. Y'all pray for me, man. My stuff is set up now.
Connor, why is Paul with Roman? Roman never needed a mouthpiece and could have always held his own on the mic. He can, but I think Paul Heyman adds that extra layer to him.
Connor, God bless you, bro. Roman Reigns never needed a mouthpiece.
Here's what let me see. This is how I interpreted what he was saying.
Okay.
Roman was always good on the microphone. It was those scripts you were giving him. Suffering succotash? Come on. They said he did not want to say that so bad, but he who's not going to be spoken of right now was adamant that he said that.
Right.
They had him go out there against Lemonade Man and get dogged. Why? Like, they just did stuff that made Roman not likable.
I got to agree with Gyro. Great guy will gamble. He says Reigns was garbage on the mic before the pandemic, and I'll take it a step further. At the pandemic, he got with Paul Heyman.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't forget, he's been with Paul Heyman for 3.5 years.
And Paul can give you those little tweaks that'll make things. This is working. Do that. This dude did run ECW. He made stars out of dudes that nobody. Some of those people would have never had jobs in WWE if they didn't go to ECW.
It's true.
I'm just letting people know. Captain Dakota Albano, gotta relax. Dakota the Brain Kai. See, you better bring this stuff up when Guy Will Gamble's in here saying.
Guy Will Gamble, that was a stretch, bro.
He said, gotta relax. Gotta relax.
A little bit.
Pro Wrestling Shoe said pro wrestling has more than one royal family. Yeah.
He better win. That's all I'm saying. He better win.
The day when they turn, I'm going to never forget that. Whoa! Y'all better keep that same energy when he got that title. Y'all better be buying up all them belts, all them shirts. I better see the little Pharaoh dogs in the crowd, all
That's
that.
Right. That's right. Keep that same energy when he wins the title at SummerSlam.
Y'all better watch what he's doing out here.
It was. I don't trust This has nothing to do with Cody Rhodes. He deserves to win at WrestleMania. How many times do I have to say WWE sucks before people start listening to me?
Listen, they got hope right now. I think WWE's everyone's favorite promotion for the most part. They're the number one.
Not mine.
Who are you feeling right now?
WWE just happens to have my favorite wrestler in the industry right now.
Okay.
It's just me, Oos.
He could be future Intercontinental champion.
Don't you dare get my hopes up and make me start believing.
I'm just saying, it depends on where the title match is. If it's in, well, it can't be in Australia. If they do it on Raw, womp womp. But if they do it at WrestleMania,
it's gonna be in Perth, man. It's gonna be in Perth.
He can't. Remember, he can't leave. Gunther, this is one of the reasons when we were talking about the World Championship scenario. Right. Gunther, but I was told it's over in April, so he could possibly get into there. I don't know. It depends on what they're gonna do.
Are you saying, because now you're gonna make me mad because I'm gonna get all excited.
I'm not. Wait, let me say this before I get yelled at. I am not trying to get Sean thinking that this is about to happen.
Are you saying that there's a chance that this can culminate at WrestleMania?
If they don't believe in the Jimmy and Jay match anymore,
I thought Jimmy and Jay, much to my dismay, was a done deal.
But remember what I said in the Rumble? Why did you have those guys come out first? That was like a temperature check, maybe. And they were like, yeah, not enough. But when he came out for the Intercontinental title and Jay Uso will be a singles champion this year, did you see Pat McAfee's been helping him a lot, too, with the, yeah. People, by the way, get on rhythm. I'm tired of it. So yeah. So
can I have 30 seconds of Jey Uso commentary?
someone set the timer. Guy will gamble. Hit the clock.
Jey Uso is so over. Give him a chance, for the love of God. He's so over. How much more over can you be? How much more over can you be? He's so over. Okay, I'm done.
BJ said they better do them wolves when he goes back to AEW too. Dude, I used to love Cody when he was in AEW. That Cody was he's my favorite EVP. Trust me. Jey Uso, let me go back to Jey Uso though, because this is an interesting.
That was only 15 seconds, by the way.
You got 15 more.
No, I'm done.
Oh, yeah. Listen, there is hope for this though. Let me ask you this: are you interested enough in seeing Jimmy and Jay, or do you think it's not over? Because the other alternative, is Jimmy cost him the Intercontinental title, and this is why this match.
That's sadly how I think it's going to go. That's the thing that's really going to bother me. I think Jimmy's going to interfere, and that's going to lead to the WrestleMania match.
Right, and Guy Will Gamble said the same thing. No Perth. Let me see here. WWE to worry about big business in March. I hear 4 big names debuting that night. That's the word on the streets. I don't think Tony Khan's going to blow the load, though, either in one night. Like, he can't just have 4 big debuts on TV. Like, you cannot have 4 debuts on one night. I just don't think it's worth it. Maybe week by week, maybe 2, but I don't think you should do all 4.
Right.
Let me see. I'm with Sean. Cody will win at SummerSlam only because they want to erase Hulk Hogan's record first. Hulk Hogan's record's not over till September.
Okay, so then I take it back, and I'm sure Mike Feasy will take it back. Then that means he's not going to lose till September. Whenever that Hogan record is, that's how long it's going to last.
I just don't see the point in erasing a record for like number 4. You get what I'm?
He's not number 4. Hogan's number 3, bro.
Well, I'm saying push. Excuse me. I meant to say pushing Hogan to 4. What does that do? Right. He's still in the top 5. Whoop-de-doo. Right. And okay, Roman's been the champ for so long. Blah 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 blah. It's not even the same belt technically. You know what I mean? It's weird.
I know what you're saying, bro. I do hear what you're saying. But I think that's their mentality. I'm glad you corrected. You know, like I said, I'm gonna speak for Mike Feasel as well and say that he probably didn't know that either. I didn't know it was September, but I think it's gonna last until he breaks Hogan's record. I do. I really believe that.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Terrell really did time. You said that was 19 seconds.
I did my best, T317. I did my best.
Connor says Jay is mid at best. Oh, come on. Matt Lopez says Jey Uso has earned an IC title run.
Thank you, Emleezy, but I got to go back to Connor for 1 second. He's mid. Oh, no. My God. Okay, let's move on.
I can understand why Connor feels that way, too, though. Look how he's been presented.
Well, that's because they won't give him a freaking shit. Conrad, don't make me angry, please.
Connor, go back into our past shows if you want to hear the rest. Mike says Jimmy should win the U.S. title. Now that I can't see them doing. I don't have enough faith in Jimmy getting that.
Okay, I love the Usos. We know that, right, Conrad? But I don't think Jimmy has done as well as Jay since they broke up.
Once again, you made him look foolish and what you know what I mean? Like, this is what Sean was talking about with looking foolish. Then people don't believe in you. But I guess that only depends on who you are, because sometimes that's okay.
Right.
Yeah, I don't see it, but I could see this WrestleMania card switching up now. Like,
I mean, look, my thing, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say about Jay, because we're not on Jay and Jimmy tonight. But thank you for giving me this couple seconds. Jimmy and Jay at WrestleMania is not the worst thing in the world, but I just don't understand the point. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, this is a story that's been building since what? Last year, August? I mean,
and the only thing that makes sense that would rekindle the rivalry.
I'd rather see them back together.
Right, me too. But again, the only thing that would rekindle this rivalry, if there is such a word rivalry in this situation, is what you said, Conrad. It would have to be where Jimmy cost Jay, very randomly, by the way, the Intercontinental Championship, which would lead to the WrestleMania match. That's the only thing I could because let me ask you this. If Jimmy wins the Intercontinental Championship, obviously all bets are off. If Jimmy loses without Jimmy, did I keep saying Jimmy? I'm sorry. If Jay loses without Jimmy getting involved, what's gonna bring Jimmy and Jay back together? That's the question. When I say back together, I mean back together for a match. They're gonna just do tribal combat for no reason.
And what's the point of them not be? Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
let's move on. Let's move on. Come on.
There's a lot to it, but listen, to say, Connor, let me tell you this. You said Jay's mid at best. I want you to go back to last week's show, and I want you to watch when he came out. Truthfully. Like, listen, do I have faith in that they're going to ever do right by Jay? Not very much, though. They could tell an underdog story with him if they wanted to, but you cannot deny the reaction he is getting. When he comes out, those people are jumping up with him. They are feeling him.
Yeah, man. I mean, Jey Uso's over like Rover, but I just don't think WWE cares. And
Sean, I don't think LA Knight's getting his match that we spoke about with Logan Paul.
We were talking about Logan Paul, and let's thank you for helping me switch gears, bro. I agree. It's not just Jey Uso. LA Knight almost seems like he's going to lose out. I thought it was a done deal, him and Logan Paul, but it doesn't look that way right now.
AJ Styles might be happy to just be getting a singles run, but he's still straddled with the OC, Mia Yim. They keep having these. Is it Michin now? I'm sorry if I said I can't keep up with the names with the changes that they did. That was dumb too. But with all of the people that were in the OC with them, what are you going to do? Like, I feel like it's gonna be LA Knight and AJ Styles at WrestleMania if they even get a match. Like right now, I'm like, is LA Knight getting a match?
And let me piggyback off your awesome point, because what are they doing with AJ Styles? Because AJ Styles is just as confusing as Jimmy Uso. What do I mean? Well, wasn't AJ turning heel? He's not really cool with the OC anymore, but then he's still giving high fives to the fans. What exactly is going on here?
I don't know.
Like he's not allowing Michin to give him a hug, but when he goes out to the ring, he's still high-fiving fans and kissing babies. So what exactly has changed? I'm not understanding that. And has there been any explanation about why he doesn't deal with the OC anymore? I haven't heard anything.
You know what? I'm keeping it on fan stuff here real quick. We're having good conversation, and we're going to pivot. We're going to pivot through this a little bit here. Will we see Jade wrestle at WrestleMania, Terrell wants to know, or have her wrestle at Backlash? I think if you could play your cards right, there's two things that you could do with Jade. You could either have Jade versus Bianca, which would be a big single showcase for her, or Bianca gets a shot at the tag team titles, because they're not doing anything right now. There's nothing there. And Bianca says that she doesn't need a partner. She'll be able to take them out. Bianca wrestles them one-on-one, beats them, but then maybe when they're both out there, she can't beat them.
Right.
Jade Cargill comes out. Bianca and Jade as the women's tag team champions.
Well, that's almost as unbeatable as you can get in the women's division. They'd be dominant.
Give those belts some time to spark it up, and then you can allow a feud to happen between them.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I would love to see, I guess this is where you were going. I would love to see them get together and win the titles at WrestleMania, honestly.
Yeah. I think that's the better option if you're asking me. It gets more people on the card, too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Guy Will Gamble says, I feel like Jimmy and Jay should battle for more table stakes, to be honest. Would be dope for them to have their own separate runs and then meet post-single success. It would be. Jimmy's just in a rough spot, man. Like I said, what he did made no sense, and now he's still a lackey for Roman, so nothing has changed. He's just kind of goofy.
And Jimmy was the guy who turned on Roman initially. Like, it wasn't even Jay. Jimmy was the guy. Jimmy's the one that started it all, and now he's right back in the fold. And there was never, this is, again, WWE, there was never any explanation. There was no conversation. There was no reinitiation. Jimmy just all of a sudden right back with the family. It makes no sense. When I say WWE sucks, and I hope that I don't need to explain this to you, Conrad, but I will, and to our wonderful chat, bro. When I say WWE sucks, I'm not just saying it just to say it. There are plenty of examples that back up me saying what I'm saying. Like the complete demotion of the New Day, Jay not getting a singles push, LA Knight almost being forgotten about, AJ Styles' character development, Jimmy Uso's character development, Cody Rhodes giving up his title shot. There's a plethora of examples. Of
Kevin Owens, what is he doing?
There you go. So I mean, I'm just saying.
Hold on, and also I have pulled up a top 10 list I am not familiar with this site. I'm going to trust it, but let's see if these line up for 10 champions, because someone said Bob Backlund's 3. So I have number 10, AJ Styles, 371 days. Number 9, Macho Man. Ooh, yeah. Randy Savage, 371 days. Number 8, I like it. Yeah. Bonesaw.
There you go.
That's for the Spider-Man fans. John Cena at number 8, 381. Number 7, CM Punk, 434 days. Minute Maid Man, 504 days. Pedro Morales, 1,027 days. Apparently, Roman Reigns is number 4 as we speak, with 1,238 days. They put a little asterisk.
Number 2. Hogan's number 2.
Hulk Hogan's number 3 with 1,474 days.
Oh, Bobby Backlund is number 2.
Bob Backlund's number 2, because I remember but that was, people need to understand this too. That was back when you gave people the title and it was over. It was just game over for years. Like, they told Diesel he was going to get the belt for that long, and then they changed it. They told Brett the same thing. Like, yeah, you're going to be champ for like 10 years. No, you're not.
Right.
Nobody wants to see that anymore. That's too long. BJ says it's better for optics, though, so I think he's justifying what you said. Not needing to show Hogan as much due to him not being a top 3. Hulk Hogan has attached problems, so it would look better for the company to have Roman there, company-wise.
Just a smidge. There you go.
I hate that word optics, though. It's just so, you know what I mean? It's just,
I get
it's
it.
fluff. It's fluff.
Trying to say, yep.
Jimmy and Jay both for the IC US title. How'd you feel about the Knicks trade up? I still can't believe the Knicks are in 3rd place in the East.
I love the OG trade. Unfortunately, he's injured. I really like the Bogdanovich and Bogdanovich and Alec Burke trade. I think we're a good team when we're healthy. Unfortunately, we're not healthy yet, but I think we will be by the playoffs. I think we're very dangerous.
Let me see here. LA Knight versus AJ Styles in Perth. Winner gets Logan Paul at WrestleMania. Have they confirmed that, though? Because they still have Kevin Owens talking like he's getting another shot.
No, at this point, LA Knight, you got to remember, LA Knight is still in the mix to go to the Elimination Chamber, possibly.
Correct. Got it. And Logan Paul's in that, too. Wild enough.
Well, Logan Paul's facing Kevin Owens for that spot.
So maybe they end it that way. And okay.
You can't have KO face him in Perth if they're fighting right now for an Elimination Chamber spot.
Quill said Bianca Belair and Jay Cargill as women tag champions. That's a good idea, but you know what that means.
Quilly, I couldn't have said it better.
Get all your merchandise at Sean's Threadless store, also in the description box below. I should probably add that onto your thing. I fixed your the link too, by the way.
Conrad, I've never not trusted you, brother.
No. It makes me mad though when stuff doesn't work when I have it set up. Nightbot.
I'm not stressing, bro. It's all good.
Where's San Martino's second run? I do not know offhand how long he was champion for the second time.
Roman conquered that not long ago. He conquered He conquered San Martino's second run, and then he conquered Morales.
Was Randy Savage in the Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield? Tobey Maguire. Isn't San Martino's first run the one for the record? Technically, yes, I believe so.
Well, when we say Guy will gamble, when we say record, I mean Roman would have to be champion 5 more years to get to San Martino. They're just saying, like, on the annals of time, Hogan's the next on the list, and I think when they say Hogan's, air quote again, Hogan's record, to take over Hogan's spot and move Hogan down the list.
Bro, that would be WrestleMania 44. If he is still walking around as champion by then, yo, stop sending your money to this company right now.
Now, one thing I do want to, because I'm embarrassed because I should have listened to you a little bit more closely, Conrad. How long was Bob Backlund champion?
I'm pulling it back up.
Yeah, and then I need you to tell me 2 numbers right now. How long was Bob Backlund champion, and how long is Roman Reigns champion?
Bob Backlund is 2135.
Uh-huh.
Roman Reigns is 1238, I think is what it says. I don't know if there's a Roman Reigns counter.
No, it's all good. 1238. We'll just roll with that. He would have to go another 2.5 years to get to Bob Backlund, so there's no way he's going to get to Bruno Sammartino.
Yeah, he's at 1259 currently.
Yeah, so he would have to go another 2.5 years just to get to Bob Backlund. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, listen, what he's done is remarkable. Like, I don't think people are going to realize it right now, but that's remarkable in the modern day age of pro wrestling that he's been champ this long. People talk about thoughts on Steph Curry going against Sabrina Liberty at 1-on-1.
I love women getting a chance to shine on NBA's biggest stage. I don't think she's going to beat Steph. Steph is the greatest three-point shooter of all time.
Just remember, hand down, man down. Get them hands up and make sure you go and show out.
Sabrina's excellent, but Steph Curry is the greatest human being to shoot a basketball ever. So,
yeah, he's probably the best shooter of all time. But you never know. You never know. Never underestimate the ladies on the court.
Kevin Hart beat Draymond Green.
You never know. Listen, I beat someone one time. He played in Italy. He will probably never admit it, but me and Derek beat two people who played like college high-level basketball, 2-on-2, and they said no one saw it. And I'll never forget the gym teacher walked from the back. He said, "I saw the whole game. Don't you dare lie on those two." And I was like, told you. Somebody's seen it.
You know, something real quick, a quick point about Roman Reigns. It's not going to happen, right? But one thing I want the chat to understand, and you too, Conrad, the longer it goes on, the longer the mind starts to wonder. Okay, no doubt, I agree with that. That the longer the mind starts to wonder. You know, when this whole thing got started, we was, oh, well, you know, certain things are just out of reach. And all of a sudden, they became a little bit more in reach. And then they started making more sense. And then before you knew it, it was at 1,000 days. And before you knew it, he broke Bruno Sammartino's second record. And then before you know it, it was like, well, he'll never get to Pedro Morales. All I'm saying is that there's no way he's getting, in my opinion, to Bob Backlund. But all I'm saying is the more time that passes, the more the minds start to wonder. And then you start looking at your calendar if you're Triple H. And I'm not saying this is what they should do, but the more time passes, the more Triple H starts looking at his calendar and saying, well, WrestleMania 43 is not that far away. I mean, maybe, I'm just saying, the longer you let it roll, am I right, Conrad, though? The longer you let it roll, the longer the mind starts to wonder, and the longer the wheels get turning, and you just never know. That's all I'm saying.
You never know, because if you believe in long-term storytelling, I mean, I wouldn't do it personally, but you're not wrong.
Big shout out, by the way, to Guy Will Gamble, because it's not even WrestleMania 43. To get to Backlund, it would be WrestleMania 42. Are we saying, now I'm going to throw it out there right now, Conrad, are we saying that it's beyond the realm of possibility that Roman Reigns could keep the title 2 more years?
If he wins here, I don't know what they're going to do.
That's all I'm saying, bro. I'm just saying to you, my brother, and Guy Will Gamble, shout out for doing the research. Is it beyond the realm of possibility for Roman Reigns? I'm not saying he's going to do it. I'm just saying the longer it goes, the more the wheels start turning. Is it beyond the realm of thought that Roman Reigns could hold the title for 2 more years?
Bruno's run was 8 years, bro. 8 years of some young child's life, and Bruno was the champion. Think about this.
I'm just throwing something out there because I think we need to think. Now, Bruno Sammartino, what did we say that would be WrestleMania 40 what?
4? Right?
So he'd have to hold it 4 more years. Oh, my goodness.
That's too long.
Yeah, I feel
right. No, and Bruno's reign was too long. I'm saying that too. So that just too long. Someone mentioned
prediction time. I'm giving it to you right now. If Roman Reigns successfully retains at WrestleMania, Roman's gonna make it all the way through SummerSlam, and he's gonna get Hogan's record.
Well, I think you're right. If he wins, he's getting that record.
Right.
There's no way. Because I'm like, what did you do this for?
Yeah.
Someone mentioned The Miz on here. I wanted to keep this up so that I would remember. I want to send thoughts and prayers out to Maurice. I saw that she found out that she was having some issues with her that were causing her to be sick. On her Instagram, she had posted about it. If you guys want to look it up, feel free. But keep Maurice in your thoughts and prayers. I feel for her. Very painful stuff. So we're thinking about you, Maurice. Pull through.
God bless.
And Miz too. Miz is probably like heartbroken right now, just dealing with everything. Dominic and Kevin Owens, not mad at that too. That is for entry into the chamber. It was a prediction. Yep, I can see that. People are talking about the run. It would be like the SummerSlam after WrestleMania 45. Stop. No more. Oh my goodness.
I've always said, by the way, Conrad, how Roman Reigns should get beat. And I just don't know why it's not something that's on the table. Let me say something. As much as I respect Cody should not beat Roman Reigns clean. Cody should not beat Roman Reigns clean. Roman should lose in a very entertaining way. And what the entertaining way would be everybody who's been done wrong by Roman Reigns should come out and get a shot. Like Uso splash, Kaluva kick. It should be like this barrage of payback that should lead to the loss. You don't think that would be fun?
Yo, didn't this happen to Undertaker? What?
Yes.
Royal Rumble?
And it was awesome. You didn't think that was awesome?
That was crazy that they did that to that man. I was like,
wait, but listen, feel me on this, bro. Thank you for bringing that up. At Royal Rumble 94, was there any way that Undertaker would lose to Yokozuna one-on-one in a casket match? Absolutely not. But the way they did it was brilliant.
Who came out? Crush,
Jeff
Jarrett,
Jay, Diesel,
the Head Shrinkers.
Everybody came out. Kabuki. Everybody came out. It was awesome. You didn't like that?
That was just wild because then when Taker came back, he had to get all of them. All of them were going to get it.
I'm just saying, like, Roman Reigns getting payback from everybody he's done wrong. That would not be the most awesome ending to a storyline?
It could be, but it taints the victory for the. See, it worked with Yoko because he was a bad guy. He would have won at any cost. With this, if you're a babyface taking it off Roman, ooh, tough. But if you did this after the match, no one's going to be upset. No one will be upset then. Send the people home happy. Let's talk TNA and Stardom real quick. Stardom, I mentioned this kind of briefly. Rossy, I believe it's Ogawa, he was the owner of Stardom. Stardom was then sold to Bushi Road. He was kept on as kind of in an executive role. And yeah, Tony Khan and many others seem like they're happy to see him go. Sean, the rumor was, I don't know if you have to deal with this in your industry or any industries you've ever worked in, but that Rossy was very close with some of the female talent and he would not work with Tony Khan as well as maybe Tony thought he should have for having the relationship with New Japan Bushi Road. And he was like, I work with y'all, work with me. I sent Willow Nightingale over to you guys a bunch of times. I haven't seen one reciprocation back yet. And yeah, Tony seems like he was very happy to see him go. And rumors were that there were rumors started that AEW didn't want Julia. Might not have been true. And it sounds like a lot of these people are excited. And he has a new job coming up, it sounds like, with a startup women's promotion.
Right. I mean, controversy abounds. It's a weird thing, man. When you get to a certain height in an industry like this, it comes with certain liberties, but you shouldn't always take those liberties because it can get you in a lot of trouble, Conrad.
More money equals more problems is what he's saying, folks. Yes, but he has built a great relationship with this talent and they're willing to follow him. So could this mean dark days ahead for New Japan's women's? The problem isn't just Tony Khan. I know some people are like, Tony Khan took people from them. This is another problem. Like, New Japan is going to have to figure out how to restructure at this point, like totality. Like, this feels like a wrecking ball hit them, and they're trying to assess how much damage has happened. But they still have Tony Khan who will work with them. I will send you Ospreay. You can have Okada for this big show. So we'll see how it works. Another person who had loyal roster people that were feeling him, Scott D'Amore of TNA. We cover TNA very often.
Yes.
Sean, I'm upset about this one.
Me too.
I'm pissed. I'll say that. I do not understand how you went going into TNA and Scott D'Amore gets all this goodwill. We're like, yo, you should watch TNA. Yo, they got Dolph Ziggler. Yo, TNA is back, baby. They've been putting on good weekly shows.
They hit a home run with that first show out the gate, man.
Just to then be like, you know what? The guy who started it, deuces, ooses. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you get rid of the guy who people have been following since they were Impact? I don't understand. He made an offer to buy the company, according to reports. He made an offer. Give this dude the company. This is why television companies cannot own pro wrestling companies, because they do not understand this. It cannot just be on your network. It won't work. It just won't work. I don't know. I'm not for this. I'm disappointed in Anthem and how they handled this. We'll see if it works, but I'm not feeling it.
I'm going to leave it like this. There's certain moves you make throughout the annals of time of a company that you can look back and say, this is when you made a mistake. The finger poke of doom, January 1999, WCW. WCW going out of business, which led to WWE starting to get lackluster and putting on one of the worst products that they ever put on in the history of their company. Numerous failures financially in ECW. The firing of Scott D'Amore, we can look back on this in 2 years and say that was the beginning of the end. Because you know something? The days of thinking that TNA is a, run-of-the-mill kind of here today, gone tomorrow company is over. TNA's been around for 20 years. They've been very successful. 22 years, very successful. And D'Amore has been a major part of that, both from in front of the camera and behind. This firing is definitely a head-scratcher, and I hope they don't live to regret it.
Because if you want him back, it's going to cost you more money.
A lot more money.
And also in the reports I read, he's independently wealthy, so he must own some businesses or something else out there. He doesn't need to do pro wrestling. It's a want for him, And that's how Tony Khan is too. Like, he doesn't need to do pro wrestling. He wants to do pro wrestling. He thinks it's fun. I'm going to fully agree with something McKinney said. McKinney, you're getting the cosign right here. TK, for the love of God, sign Scott D'Amore and give him Ring of Honor and let him help you write Rampage or something. You need help ASAP. I think it's good to have other people. Remember what I said about that loyalty, Sean?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you take a Scott D'Amore and bring him to Ring of Honor? Who's to say maybe Jordan Grace wants to come over to Ring of Honor then? I don't know who the loyal people are. Maybe Josh Alexander's like, I'll be Ring of Honor champ if I can work with Scott.
Right.
Yeah, come on in. This is your chance then to, if you haven't been working with Anthem, this might be your chance to say, maybe it's time to go bye-bye. Maybe Tony then puts the stake down in the tire and just says, I'll take that tape library. I could use that. I'll take the Motor City Machine Guns. I could use them. I want them on AEW television. And this will also help Tony just focus on AEW. Let him have, Ring of Honor is yours, bro. Develop talent for me. And when you're ready or you think I need some upgrades, I'll come get them.
Well said. Well said.
Boom, it's right there for you. So that's my thought. I was going to ask you, what do you think? What's the next move for Scott D'Amore? Could he go to he could be an asset for Triple H, maybe in NXT. He would be great down there.
WWE's stupid. They won't do that. He should go to AEW.
So
you think WWE's going to have a coup?
No, but it was how fast it just rolled off the tongue. They're too stupid. No.
They're morons. That would be a brainiac's move, and they're not going to do that. They're going to do something stupid. They're not going to do something smart like that. If I'm Scott D'Amore, I would go straight to. The first call I would make would be to Tony Khan or vice versa, and I would jump on the creative team, and I think it will be massively successful.
And McKinney brings up a good point of losing Moose too.
Right. D'Amore had a lot of people that were very loyal to him, and rightfully so.
I don't get it. Scott D'Amore getting fired from TNA was absolute buffoonery, Quill says. Bamboozled, led astray Canadian style. The only guy who knew wrestling in the building. Yeah. Tony Khan, make the adjustments, make the signing is what I say. Spend your bread.
Yep.
Final topic, Sean, before we get up on out of here.
Yes, sir.
The Revolution main event is set. It is a triple threat. Hangman Adam Page, Swerve Strickland versus Samoa Joe. I always dig the graphics for Revolution. I don't know why. I just like them.
How can you not, brother? How can you not? That's a very cool background.
What do you think of this now? So we got 2 number 1 contenders. They had an amazing match on Dynamite. Me and Derek reviewed. Check out our Dynamite reviews after AEW Dynamite 10/10 Wednesday nights.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
What?
We must do this the right way. The best AEW review show on YouTube every Wednesday night. Conrad and Derek right here on EPW.
Thank you. Shout out to Derek too. We had a conversation earlier. Derek going through some hard times, so make sure you show him some love. Show him some love. Just told me the breaking news: Sami Zayn. What? Yo, Terrell, don't be messing with me about Sami Zayn might be retiring on Raw. I hope that's not true.
Maybe it's kayfabe. You never know.
I hate this triple threat. This should be Swerve versus Joe, but I'll live with it. I'm
gonna give you my thoughts.
Go ahead.
If Swerve Strickland does not become the next AEW World Heavyweight Champion, I will stop watching AEW. That's how adamant I am. This is Swerve Strickland's night. And it better not be, for the love of God, it better not be Hangman Adam Page. I mean, I'll amend what I just said. I'll back down a little bit off of what I just said. It better be Swerve Strickland or Joe better retain. Because Hangman winning would be sickening. That would be totally wrong, in my opinion.
I will agree with you. I was going to say, if you think Swerve should win the title, I don't know if you're going to be watching after this show, because what I think is going to happen is this is a triple threat for a reason. This is to protect Swerve. Joe's been great with the title. There's really not a reason to take it off of Joe other than it's this dude's time.
That's kind of why I reconsidered. Yeah.
Yeah. I do think, though, at the next pay-per-view, Swerve's going to be getting that shot. What's the next pay-per-view? Double or Nothing?
It'll be Double or Nothing.
Sean, I know that there's 8 pay-per-views coming. I don't know how this dude predicted that. I should have had him play Lotto for me that week, because that was some mess right there. He gets the exact.
I'm a student. I'm not just a student of the game. I am the game. I pay attention, bro. You know,
I feel like JR when he was getting yelled at right in his face by Triple H saying this. But I really do believe that
I am the effing game, JR.
You got to be an old school fan to appreciate us sometimes. The point here is Joe can continue the run, because I don't want Joe to feel like he was an afterthought as champion. I think Joe really deserves this.
Agreed.
And they don't want to just minimalize it super fast. So let him win here. Swerve should get the championship. Now, if you're like, this is going to take too long, you could do it on a Dynamite. But I personally think Swerve at Double or Nothing, he climbs all the way back, and this time as a babyface. I think Hangman is going to align with the Bucks, the mustaches and all that, and them being cocky, they're arrogant, and I think you could do the flip.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Nana's dance is over. You can have Swerve and him be babyface. I think they'll sell more t-shirts. I think you'll have more people doing the dance. That's what I want to see. And I think I feel it. Swerve is going to be your first Black AEW World Champion. And he knows it's coming. He can taste it. I can feel it, bro. The tingling is there in the fingers. He's going to be like, give me the belt.
I hope you're right.
I got it.
I hope you're right.
I got it. I'm excited for this matchup. I'm excited.
I don't need a click anymore. I don't need DX anymore.
It's just me and China.
That was, looking back, what a stupid thing to say.
Sir Quill says he thinks Joe is retaining the championship. You can always go back to the blood feud with Page and Swerve after Swerve is champ. but I think Page is eating the pin. I think Page is getting choked out, and his happiness is going to be that Swerve didn't win.
Right.
That's where he turns heel.
That's all he cares about.
Right. He became so obsessed with it that he didn't care.
And you know what I care about, Conrad? I care about the fact that when I was in Madison Square Garden saying goodbye to my friends, JR, you and the powers that be, you guys make me sick. It's like a cancer eating in my stomach, dude.
I'm only
make me sick. I was saying goodbye to my friends. I don't need a click anymore. I don't need DX anymore. It's all about me.
Yo, shout out to Poe. Poe said 17 likes or 17 watching, only 12 likes. Come on, people, do your part. Hit that like button, folks. I didn't say that enough today. Joe retains, but Hangman takes the pen, but Swerve steals the show, pushing him over till he gets Joe one-on-one at the next big pay-per-view this summer. I think it's going to be in the spring. I don't think Joe's going to make it past Double or Nothing with that title.
Nope.
Swerve's winning, but not at Revolution. Joe is retaining. I am the game. The summer of Swerve. Hubs is that damn good.
Thank you, Easy. Appreciate you.
If they do that, Page shouldn't tap, but he should have the smile on his face when he goes out.
Did you see what he just? It's just me. Day one game.
He calls you instead of oos.
It's just me. That's great.
Swerve not interacting with the embassy as much. Yeah, that's why.
Trash, bro.
Yeah, they gotta stop having my man Khan take them pins, man, and stop having him do the pedigree too. I know what y'all doing. That's that chart buster, bro. That's what I will always call it. The chart buster by Disco Inferno. I'm like, no.
Super Brawl 1998 versus Psychosis. Over like Rover.
E mentioned, is Gabe still on the WWE payroll? Yes, he is, but I don't know what Delirious is doing right now. I thought Delirious was booking somewhere, but it wasn't on a higher level. I'd have to look it up and see. Level out. Kyra wasn't feeling triple oos. I got the finish. Somehow Swerve is tied in the ropes, and as Joe chokes out Hangman, he looks at Swerve and flips him off and passes out. Oh, so sad, but that would actually be good. I think The Rock and Roman versus Conrad and Sean is main event caliber for WrestleMania.
I would fight them right now. I would fight both of them right now. Thank you, Joe. I would fight them both right now.
I need a special guest ref so we can guarantee the dub.
There you go.
He's putting up the Discord link. Yes, thank you. Everybody feel free to jump in the Discord link if you like it. Listen. They made special graphics for this. They want y'all to get tickets. If you're out there in Boston, people are buying these up. Big business. Funny how it says Boston. You see that with two S's? That must be an error. It must be a typo of some sort.
Pull that back up for me, bro, please.
Yeah.
I don't wait. Were you being funny or you're being serious? And I see it now. Wow. Okay. That's
just money signs.
Yeah, that's kind of corny though. That's kind of corny. I'm very skeptical about things like that, bro. See, first of all, I mean, there's no surprise element at all at this point. Now it's like now if she doesn't show up, you're just shooting yourself in the foot.
Well, he has to promote it like that.
Okay.
They're down right now. So yeah. I need a packed house. You better show up. And he's telling you he's gonna put on a great show that night. So Tony knows when he wants to put on a great show, and then those shows we've been watching for the past few weeks where it's like, meh, he knows what he's doing. Okay. All the shows, every show can't be a home run. How could I miss you?
Element of surprise means something to me. You know that.
Yeah, I just feel like they can't do it now. That's why I'm saying save those other people. Maybe you're like, yo, Will Ospreay's here. What? Do. Oh, and then people can go crazy for it.
Right. I feel you.
You got time for it, man. You got time for it. By the way, folks, Sean just put up on his channel the WrestleMania 40 itinerary for Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. It'll be the Thursday before WrestleMania. Make sure you clear your schedules now. You guys are going to want to be over there. I'm going to do a little promoting on his behalf for him tonight. And it's well worth it. So make sure you guys are over there. We're going to probably be talking last-minute WrestleMania stuff. Of course, we're going to have our preview and predictions on here as well. We'll be over there trying to get the last-minute stuff in. I'm sure there's going to be guests, drinks, fun, popcorn, whatever you want. Maybe a chili dog. Maybe 2 chili dogs. What?
What?
Maybe a bear.
Well, yes, I'm really
maybe some Cracker Jacks.
Cracker Jacks. What?
Here go E trying to mess with people. It's the Rainmaker. It's the money.
Oh, easy. Look at that.
Yeah, it's like CM Punk. It's an open secret. Yeah, it was the worst kept secret.
Oh, no, I agree.
They wanted to do it that way, but we got that coming up. I'm gonna let Sean take us on out of here for the show.
Well, another tremendous show right here, Clash of the Podcast. Make sure, as always, you tune in every Wednesday night right here on the EPW channel as my guy Derek and the bro Conrad bring you the best AEW review show on a weekly basis. These guys stay up late just for you guys, so make sure you rock with them on Wednesday night about 10:05, 10:10, somewhere in that range. They go live right here on this channel. Big shout out to PWS. Make sure you check out the Pro Wrestling Shoot with Jesse and James tomorrow night. Tuesday, that's when they go up. And yes, on WrestleMania week, I know it's a little ways away, but we're only talking about 50 days. It's going to sneak up on us, guys. So in about 6 weeks, 5 weeks, the week of WrestleMania, I will be live with Conrad and some very special guests. Somebody I haven't seen in a while is coming back to the show. I'm really excited about that. It's going to be a really, really exciting show. Some people you expect to see, some people you may not expect to see are going to be live with me on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. Actually, the truth of that matter is it's Hubbard Wrestling Weekly presents Clash of the Podcast on the Hubbard Wrestling Weekly channel. Everything I do has a little Clash stamp on it, so we always represent the home base right here on Monday nights. So as always, for Conrad Cushman, the one and only founder and president of AEW, for myself, I'm Sean Hubbard, founder and president of Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. This is Clash of the Podcast. Be blessed, be encouraged, and remember, as always, evil never, ever, ever prevails. Later.